Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So we have started capital budgeting. In capital budgeting we had covered net present value till now. So it has been divided into two parts. So the link is in the description box below. You can check out the link for net present value. So the topic that we're starting new is payback period. So basically payback period is nothing but the time required to recover the initial investment in the project. Okay, so it is nothing but where you have got your initial investment recovered, the company, organization or the business will start earning profit after this point. So the company has to achieve payback period as soon as possible. So as you can see, the formula to calculate a payback period is given below, which is completed years plus amount to be received divided by the cash inflow of the next year. We'll be seeing payback period by using some example. So as you can see here, a project requires an initial investment of rupees 10,000 and the year and the respective cash inflows for the project are given. We have to calculate the payback period. So here we go. We write here given cash inflows and we found the cumulative cash inflow. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, and for cash inflow for the year 1 is 6,000. 6,000 for year 2 is 2,000, for year 3 is 3,000, for year 4 is 5,000 and 4. Now as we can see, we have to find the cumulative of the cash inflows. So the first value will be same. Now for the second year, the cumulative value will be 6,000 plus 2,000, which will be 8,000. Now for the third year, the cumulative will be 8,000 plus 3,000, which will be 11,000. Now for the fourth year, 11,000 plus 5,000, which will be 16,000, and for the last year it will be 21,000. Now as you can see, the initial investment is 10,000 rupees, but we cannot find 10,000 rupees in our cumulative cash inflow. So we will see which is the less value than 10,000, which is equal to 8,000 here. Okay, so as we know, the formula to calculate the payback period is equal to completed years plus amount to be received divided by the cash inflow of next year. So we'll put the values there. See, the completed years 8,000 is which is coming in the year 2. So here it will be 2 plus amount to be received, which is nothing but 10,000, the initial investment, minus 8,000 divided by cash inflow of next year. See, we have completed year is 2. So cash inflow for year 3 is 3,000. So here it will be 3,000. So it will be 2,000 plus 10,000 minus 8,000 is 2,000 divided by 3,000, which will be nothing but 2,000 plus 0.67. So in turn the payback period 2.067, which is equal to 2.67 years. So the payback period for this particular sum is 2.67 years. We'll see one more example in payback period. An XYZ company is planning to invest in a new project. The investment budget is 30,000 rupees. The company has two alternatives. As you can see in the particular project A and B, two alternatives are there and respective cash inflows are given. We have to find that which project should be selected on the basis of the payback period. As we have discussed earlier in the video, the company should select the payback period with much less payback period. Okay, so now we'll see how to solve this sum. So for project A, project A. Here cash inflow and cumulative cash inflow. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4 5, and the cash inflow are 7,000, 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, and 4. Now we'll take out the cumulative, which is 7. Second amount will be 10 plus 7, which is 17. 17 and 9 will be 26. 26 and 8 will be 34, and last amount will be 4 plus is 38. Okay, so as we can see, the initial investment was rupees 30,000. In this cumulative we will not find any 30,000, but the lowest value of 30,000 is 26. So we know the formula to calculate the payback period, which is nothing but completed years, which is 3, plus amount to be received, which is 30,000 minus 26, divided by the cash inflow of next year, which is 8. So 3 plus 30 minus 26 is 4 upon 8. So this will come out to be 3.05, which is nothing but 3.5 years. So payback for period project A is 3.5 years. Now we'll calculate for project B. Okay, so same here, cash inflow and the cumulative cash inflow. Here are given 1 2 3 4 5. Cash inflows are 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, and 6,000. Now we'll find the cumulative 8, 16, 24, 32, and last 38. Here also we can't find any 30, so lesser value is 24, which is in the third year. So payback period will be is equal to completed years, which is 3, plus amount to be received is 30 minus 24, divided by amount CI of next year is 8. So it will be 3 plus 6 upon 8. Okay. So when we calculate 6 divided by 8, it will turn equal to 3 plus 0.75. So payback period is 3.75 years. Now we have, as shown in the figure, find which project which should be selected on the basis of the payback period. As we can see, the payback period for project A is 3.5 years and for project B is 3.75 years. So company should go with project A, as the payback period of project A is less as compared to the project B. Thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, we'll be solving how to calculate the discounted payback period. Thank you.